killing our women and children.
We don't get it. We don't get it.
You know, there's plenty of shouting against police in Chicago today. But is anyone shouting over this? Take a look at this number here. New numbers showing a surge in deadly attacks on police this year, up 67% from 2015. I want to go now to radio host Kevin Jackson, who says someone needs to step up and bring these attacks down. Kevin, good to see you. Good to have you here. I mean, that's a shocking increase when you look at it. Do you think people have been emboldened to hurt police officers in light of some of the president's comments, President Obama's comments, in light of what we are seeing from Black Lives Matter? I mean, why the big increase?
Yeah, undoubtedly. And I think, Trish, a lot of your viewers would probably be a lot less shocked than you are that this is happening. I mean, we've been seeing this trend now for the better part of, I'd say, at least 3 years since Ferguson erupted. And over the last, week, we probably had, 4 officers killed in ambush-style killings, and so it's not unexpected at all. And I remember being on this program on Fox, on another program, talking about the idea that Black Lives Matter is really a terrorist group that's terrorizing not only cops, but it's terrorizing citizens that just want to go on with their daily lives and understand the role of law enforcement. Yeah. So the short answer is absolutely, yeah.
Well,
Barack Obama has inspired
people who just want to go on with their daily lives. And earlier in the show, we were looking at video of protesters there in the streets of Chicago today along the Magnificent Mile, preventing people from going in and out of stores. So they certainly are trying to wreak havoc on the situation. But let me get back to this idea here that the police are not protected. You know, it seems as though it's a very, very challenging spot to be in. If you are a police officer right now, if my son, if my daughter, if my husband were a police officer, I'd be worried. I'd be worried because they feel as though they are a target in a way that I don't think historically we have quite seen. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, it is. And the thing is that you talk, you know, I hear you say police officer as if it's an alien that came in from outer space. These people are human beings, and they have families. We're all 1 degree of separation from a police officer in our family, whether it's a father or a son, a daughter, or whatever. But we all have a cop in our family, and we certainly know of some, and we have good relationships with them most of the time. And most of us have had interactions with police officers. So we talk about them, though, as if there's some sort of a group, this fringe group, that's attacking people, and that's just not the case.
You're right. You're right. Absolutely. Part of a community, and I think we've all known one or had a family member that was one. In Michigan, University of Michigan students right now, they are demanding a so-called safe space. And the reason for this is because the police there backed Donald Trump for president. What's your reaction to that one?
I just think that these kids that are talking about safe spaces need to grow up. I mean, America's sick of these little, I'm going to call them what they are. They're just pansies. They're sick of them because we send our young adults to college and they send us back toddlers, is what's happening. Barack Obama was not the overwhelming favorite of a lot of people, but there weren't safe spaces for people. We didn't need these safety clips or baby pins or whatever they call them. We dealt with the issue, and the fallout's been tremendous, been devastating to America. But we don't care. So now, guess what? It's time for the grown-ups to take over. And all these little kids decided, oh, you know what? We don't like the outcome of the election, so we want to be, you know, protected. It's ridiculous. And I think America's starting to realize just how bad things had gotten.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, good to see you. Good to have you here, Kevin Jackson, everyone. A new report suggesting Iran is using commercial planes to smuggle weapons to terrorists.